Anyway, so we built this teardrop, and the whole idea was it was going to be like a point of sale teardrop. I could drag down, be right at the river, not have to pay rent, rent and sell boards, on the busy days, and then take off. And that went well for a couple of years, like a year or so. But you really don't make that much money renting and selling boards.
Were you making a living?
It was okay, but it was decent. And then people kept asking me like, well, what's this teardrop? Can you make one of these?
This thing's cool.
Yeah. So basically started building teardrops for people out of the garage while we're doing the surf shop down there at the river, and we were doing one or two a month, and then it became 3 or 4, and they were like spilling into the neighborhood and like annoying all the neighbors because we had trailers parked everywhere. So we decided, like, my wife got real tired of it, and she's like, you need to get a shop. And I was a little, hesitant on getting a shop just because of the rent and the, the commitment.
You gotta commit, because you suddenly got a mortgage, a rent to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the Realized Gains podcast. I'm Stephen Tran.
And I'm Jordan Lee, and we're super excited to have Dave here on the show. He builds teardrop trailers as well as saunas, which we're in right now. Dave, you want to give us just like your history? I know you went to Sprague, so did you grow up in Salem too?
I was born in Hawaii, but went back and forth between Hawaii and Salem all my whole life. I went to middle school in Hawaii, elementary school in Salem, high school in Salem, and kind of back and forth.
Okay, and then what brought you, did you go straight to Bend, or how did you find your way here?
No, traveled around a bit, lived in San Diego for a while, lived in Boise, lived in...
out of trailers, or?
Vancouver, Washington. Well, I actually did move to Eugene, and I was kind of van lifing down there.
Oh, really?
Before it was cool, and it was considered homelessness. And, when I graduated high school in 95, I had a Volkswagen van, and I camped in front of my buddy's dorm.
Oh, nice.
And we looked alike, so I could use his cart to go eat at the commissary.
Nice.
And I basically just kind of lived out front there, and so I've been van lifing for a while, I guess. But
nice.
Trailers are better. Trailers are the way.
So you're kind of traveling around and trying to figure yourself out. When did this idea of this business come to you?
This particular one?
Or like how did you get into building trailers? Where did that come from?
So I ran a couple different businesses. A lot of them were kind of like little marketing and sales companies.
Okay.
And
so you were in marketing and sales first.
Yeah. And then I used to travel. I was basically like a carny. I used to go to like home and garden shows and fairs and events.
Oh, okay.
And was a pitch man, like selling different products and stuff, doing that kind of stuff. And I ended up getting married, having kids, and the travel life, that was just not a good deal. So. When we lived in Boise, they had this little surf wave in the river, and I've always done river stuff ever since I was a little kid. And I thought it was really cool. You could surf the river.
Yeah.
And there was this guy that had a pretty cool shop that was like a seasonal shop where he was pretty close to the wave, and he had like a little bar, and he was selling surfboards and stuff like that. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then we had just moved out here.
Just like a pop-up setup thing out of the
Well,
back
it started
of a
as
truck,
like shipping containers, and then eventually it became like a whole business, and now he's pretty entrenched right there, and he's right there at the spot.
Okay.
So when we moved here in 2015, that wave was coming in, and I was like, oh, I'll start a little surf shop too.
Like, when you say that wave, I don't think all of our listeners know what that means. Like, I didn't really know what it was until you told me about it.
Yeah, here we used to, they used to roll logs through the river, and they had this kind of spillway where the logs would come from Bend, actually all the way to the Columbia to ship them out. That's kind of the Bend's history. It's like a little logging town. And it was a problematic area because people like to float the river, but it was a nasty spot in the river with rebar and things like that. People would get hang up, people would get hurt.
Yeah.
So in it was like 2013 they kind of started the project. They finished it around 16, I think, 15, 16. And they basically dredged the river, and since while they're at it, they built a whitewater park.
Oh, okay. So they're like, while we're going to clean up this stuff, we're going to make it...
Yeah, and it's actually super
so
cool. It's plates under pneumatic bladders, and they can raise and lower them.
Oh, cool.
So depending on the flow, you guys should go check it out.
Yeah.
Depending on the flow of the river, they can create waves that you can surf or kayak or paddleboard, and there's 4 different waves. And when they're in the process of that, it's like, oh, I'm going to I'm gonna do a little business renting and selling boards down here. Something that can keep me home.
And it's just
where I'm not
open and free
traveling.
to the public.
Yeah, it's super fun. You should check it out.
Yeah.
So it's a seasonal business because here
Right.
it gets cold in the, it's this mountain town, so we get like snow on the ground. So it's kind of like a spring, summertime, fall thing. So I didn't want to like pay for a full brick and mortar.
Right.
So in my garage, I just built, like off plans I got off the internet, I built like our first little teardrop camper.
Okay. You just found some guy that had a forum or whatever that had a
Yeah, I
plan
kind
on
of
it.
loosely went off his plans, but kind of did my own. I've always kind of built stuff ever
And
since I was a
you've been
kid.
handy, so you kind of knew how to build stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I've always been making weird stuff, but not really professionally. I just make weird stuff for the neighborhood. Like we made this like wheelchair bike. We put a wheelchair and a unicycle together, and we're racing around the neighborhood, and we just made all a bunch of nonsense ever since I was a kid. So anyway, so we built this teardrop, and the whole idea was it was going to be like a point of sale teardrop. I could drag down, be right at the river, not have to pay rent, rent and sell boards, on the busy days, and then take off. And that went well for a couple years, like a year or so. But you really don't make that much money renting and selling boards.
Were you making a living? Like
it was okay, but it wasn't. It was decent. And then people kept asking me like, "Well, what's this teardrop? Can you make me one of these?"
This thing's cool.
Yeah. And so basically started building teardrops for people out of the garage while we're doing the surf shop down there at the river, and we were doing, one or two a month, and then it became 3 or 4, and they were like spilling into the neighborhood and like annoying all the neighbors because we had trailers parked everywhere. So we decided, like, my wife got real tired of it, and she's like, "You need to get a shop." And I was a little, hesitant on getting a shop just because of the rent and the the commitment.
You gotta commit, because suddenly you got a mortgage, a rent to pay.
Yeah, exactly. So, but she convinced us just to go for it. We got this spot in 2016, I believe. But we still had the surf shop in here, so it was kind of a funny thing. Like, had this ragtag surf shop in the corner, all covered in like wood dust, while we're building trailers. But we kind of hit it just the right time, because once we got in this shop and we got in our stride, then COVID hit. Then all of a sudden everyone wanted trailers, and we just we were just busy. We expanded our shop because we had a neighbor over there that was an auto shop, and we tore that wall down when they moved and doubled the size of our shop. Hired more people, expanded, and then now we're actually in the process of building our own building, which is going to be done, should be done at the end of the month.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's going to be double this square footage. We're going to have real parking. So if you look at our parking lot now, it's pretty ragtag. So we're going to almost have like 3/4 of an acre of parking, so that we can actually.
So you'll have inventory,
scale.
yeah.
Yeah, because right now I can only hire so many people. We can only build so many because we have nowhere to put them.
Right.
Because it's a very seasonal thing. Everyone wants to buy them in the spring or early summer, but in the wintertime, it kind of slows down. So now we can actually get to the point where we've got stacks. We can maybe go to other markets, explore other areas, and still maintain what we've got going on here on the West Coast.
Awesome. So talk to me a little bit about the trailer piece versus the teardrop. So you built the teardrop, but like that whole trailer part, did you have a local relationship for those things, or how does the trailer part work?
It's
or do you build that part too?
It's custom designed for us, so we've gone back and forth with this company that builds the trailer bases for us, and it's our combined design. But we're basically more cabinet, like we're kind of cabinet shop. We're not necessarily welders. I mean, we can weld stuff, but
More
not very well.
yeah.
So that's kind of better to sub out. So they make the trailer bases for us, and then we build everything from the base up.
I got it. Okay, so it's kind of customized. Setup. You have enough pull with them that you can make your own design.
Yeah, we're a dealer, and essentially we just tweak a few things here and there to have it fit our needs. Make sure it keels correctly, because with the trailer, you really, depending on what you're building on top, you need to move the wheel to a certain area so you don't have too much tongue weight, or it's not too light, so it moves correctly going down the road. You don't get sway. When you push your hands down the counter back in the kitchen, you're not lifting it up. So it's been a learning process, but we've been doing this for close to a decade now, so we've got it pretty much dialed in.
And all of your trailers are based on like a 2-wheel trailer, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And weight wise, what are we looking at?
Well, that's why you only go to one wheel. 2 wheels, you're talking about something that's super heavy. All of our trailers, even our saunas, even our biggest trailer is under 2,000 pounds.
Okay.
We've got some that are 950 pounds, so it ranges basically between 950 pounds to 2,000 pounds, but this is light enough to move around by hand. You want one wheel, so that way you can lift it up and move it around.
Right.
Not have to deal with like the extra weight.
Got it. And price point wise, where is your entry point for folks? Because it seems like you guys have a pretty affordable product.
Yeah, we're kind of we're the more minimalistic of all the builders. So we're coming from like a rafting, backpacking background.
Yeah.
But getting older, want to get off the ground, don't want to deal with the tent,
Yeah.
want to sleep on a real mattress.
Right. But don't want to buy a huge RV. Yeah.
Exactly. So the base price for like our base model is 11,000.
Okay.
And then it goes up from there.
Okay.
One thing that we do a little bit differently than other builders is we let you build it. So instead of we like just building out a stock camper that's supposed to be for everyone, when they put in a microwave or a DVD player or whatever, or laser disc or VHS. You know what I mean? A bunch of stuff that you might not want. We start basic and then let you build, add on whatever you want. So every single camper is custom. We have over 40 a la carte options, so you just go through, you pick out which ones you want, we put it together, and it's usually pretty affordable.
Does it affect how quickly you get things out if people are adding things on or making changes?
It depends. I mean, if you're adding on all 40 a la carte options, it's going to take longer than just a basic build. But we can whip them out pretty quick.
I mean, speaking of speed, you told me something the other day that I thought was crazy. You have 5 employees, right?
Yeah.
And did you say that you build?
Well, 9 if you include my wife and my kids.
Are they here doing late nights?
Yeah.
The kids do the marketing, so we
There you
do
go.
YouTube as well, and there's a lot of the videos.
Okay. There you
they're
go.
like our little stars.
There you go.
And my wife is the CFO, so she does like the back end financial stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the email. When I got an email, it came up in her name. So that must have been okay.
So, family biz, but 5 dudes that aren't related to me. Yes.
Right. That are kind of on the manufacturing line. And did you say you produce 120 of them a year?
Yeah.
It
depends on the year. We're starting to make these tall boys now, these stand-in teardrops, which do take a lot longer than the traditional teardrops. So that's slowed things down.
Oh, because the teardrops are actually like aerodynamic. Is that?
Yeah, this is still aerodynamic, but you can stand up in it. So most teardrops is basically just a bed on wheels.
You gotta crawl
with the
in,
kitchen.
basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Like this, you can stand up.
Yes.
Almost, yeah.
So the tall boy, you can stand in, it sleeps 4. It's a pretty cool, like unique design, and those are becoming pretty popular as of late. So those take a little longer. So last year before, about 120 a year. This year, more in the 100 realm, just because those take longer.
And that, can you park that in a normal garage?
Only if you have a tall garage.
Oh, you have to have a slightly taller
it's
garage.
8
I was
foot,
wondering
3
about
inches
this
tall.
too without the chimney. Like I was looking at that.
Yeah. Well, you guys are gonna do gas.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you won't have a chimney.
Yeah, so I was wondering.
Yeah,
if
we're
it
gonna
would
have
fit in the
it.
garage.
We're gonna shoot it out that way.
So
it should still fit. I mean, you're in Portland though, so some of those garages are pretty old.
Yeah, I have a garage from the '60s in Salem. I think it's like I can't reach it with from standing up. So I think I don't know. It'll be close. We'll see.
We'll find out. That'd be ideal. Then you could. Well, you need to open your garage. Like if you want to use in the winter in your garage.
Right. It's more to just
you have to open up that garage.
Store it sometimes.
For the exhaust. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So obviously we're in a sauna. So how did the idea of saunas come up?
Totally. So campers are great, been very good to us, but it's a seasonal product. You know, people aren't really hot to trot to buy campers in January, early February. So we kind of have this slow time. And I built one for my wife just for fun, something to put in the backyard.
Yeah.
Because she wanted one. And she wanted to buy one. And I was like, well.
She was looking at online, getting the ads that I'm getting.
And I don't like to buy anything.
You're like,
I like
you're
to
not
make,
buying that.
I like to make stuff. So I made us one. And it wasn't on a trailer. We just put it in the backyard.
Okay.
You know, I put it on a trailer to get in my backyard, and then we just shoved it off with 2x4. So I got that little sauna in the backyard, and it. At first, we were doing like electric sauna with like hooking up, plugging into the house, and we just learned a lot because that kind of sucked because it just didn't get you hot enough. And then I doubled the electric and I hooked it up to 220 like off my hot tub. I was just trying to get more and more off of it, and it just wouldn't get.
Even then,
warm
it still
enough.
wasn't what you wanted.
I mean, it gets hot, but like not like this. Like this is like the beast.
Dude, that thing
cast iron
got hot last night.
Yeah. So then we went wood fire, and I really like the wood fire because it is nice when wintertime. the ritual, like putting the wood in, watching the fire burn.
It smells super nice, dude.
And then, as you guys experienced, this whole basin comes down to here. So when you pour the water on the rocks, like this thing becomes nuclear. It's like so it's just a better, hotter heat. So we switched that over to wood, and then going back to what we're talking about, I built one for myself.
Yeah.
Really started to get into it. You feel great when you do it.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And since we're already in the trailer business, and there's so many other, like just sauna kits you can buy. Costco sells saunas.
Totally, yep.
Yeah.
You could put them together,
Yep.
yourself. They just come in a little kit, and we didn't want to really compete in that realm.
Right, yeah.
So we decided, well,
Yeah,
mobile
that's super saturated, yeah.
mobile sauna. We already do trailers, and the mobile sauna is great because then it can go anywhere. You can take it. It extends like your outdoor season. Like I take this like with my buddies in February to the lake.
Yeah.
And we camp out,
Right.
and then we jump in this thing, and then we jump in the lake, and we're like camping out, having fun in February,
Right.
And, just kind of extends the outdoor season.
I love
and,
that.
Since we're already doing mobile stuff, then we were like, well, we'll just start building them on trailers, and we built one or two to like rent out and sell, and they actually sold fairly well, and then just kind of built it from there. And it's kind of a nice 1-2 punch with what we currently do, because we've got the camper season and then we've got the sauna season, and so it kind of helps to keep everybody busy throughout the year. It's also, my guys, you got to keep them stimulated so they have something else to build.
Something new to learn, something
Yeah.
to do.
So you got to keep it fresh. We don't want just guys just in a factory just putting the same thing together all the time.
So how were you initially finding like these sauna customers? Were you like reaching out, or you were just like showing on social media? What were you doing?
Marketing. YouTube. We've got a fairly decent YouTube page, so we just make little videos like this and show the sauna in action, how people cold dip and stuff like that. Social media, we do posts on there, and then just word of mouth.
Yeah.
I feel like I found you on Facebook Marketplace or something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
we do that too.
Yeah, okay.
So we always have like an ongoing ad on Facebook.
Yeah,
Marketplace.
I was like, because I was looking for saunas on Facebook Marketplace, and I saw yours, and I was like, huh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then I went to your website based on that.
Yeah. And then the Salt Sauna website that we have going on, we're actually working on it now. We're revamping it. I'm gonna change up the marketing because it's a little cheesy at this point. This was kind of an offshoot thing for us, so we just kind of scrapped it together. Our main thing is the teardrops, but since this is taking off, we're kind of investing more into it.
Yeah, what are you projecting? I mean, you said you were building about 100 of the other, the teardrops. Are you projecting to be in that similar amount with saunas, or are you just hoping to get
hopefully, hopefully. Then we might even need a bigger shop. But no, it's more of like it ramps up pretty hard, like as soon as as soon as the sweaters come out.
Yeah.
As soon as the nutmeg pumpkin spice lattes are flowing.
Right.
So it's a shorter season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this new website will give us a little more traction, because it's also kind of a luxury product. Like pretty much anyone kind of wants to buy a camper, but it takes a certain person to buy a mobile sauna.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to be interested in health and wellness.
Well, I'm thinking this. How many people are buying it to create a business, or?
A lot, about 50%.
50%.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, you've got people with expendable income that are focused on health, that want to put it on their property, or like take it to the lake and that. And then you've got the other half is not little, but young upstart people.
Yeah.
That just want to set up a little business, and those are the guys that are doing well. I mean, we rent this one out, but we don't try that hard. It's more like try before you buy. We let you take the whole thing and rent it by the day.
Yeah.
People that are doing well are setting up by the lake, some beautiful spot. Someone maintains the fire, and you charge by the hour, and they're doing really well.
Interesting. Yeah. Have you heard from any of your customers on like does the lake people, the people that manage the lake campgrounds or whatever, do they care if they're like set up and?
You have to have permission. Sometimes you need special permits.
Okay, you get like a permit for that.
And it just depends on the person. Some people are gonna just go for it. And
Right.
ask for forgiveness.
Sure.
And some people are
What's
gonna.
the worst thing that can happen? Stop doing that.
Yeah, I know we got the White Pass sauna. They're up there in Washington somewhere, and I think they have some kind of a deal with the lake up there.
Okay.
And the Parks Department or something like that. Just like kind of like there is a company down here that does it at the Riverbend Park.
Oh, nice.
And they pay the city a certain amount.
I mean, I can see how the city would be interested in having that, though,
yeah.
right? Because it's like, it's an attraction for the city.
Yeah, totally. And it's a great thing to bring. Still bring something for people to do in the wintertime
Totally.
at the river. Yeah.
Totally. And then, so real estate wise, I was kind of interested. You mentioned that you were building and building out a place. Like,
Yeah.
at what point in your business did you decide that, like, okay, I'm capitalized enough, or I feel like I need to get the new space? Like, how did that?
A lot of it was my wife's idea.
Yeah.
It was
Again, because she pushed you the first time.
she likes to push it. She likes to push it. Yeah, we're just outgrowing this space, and sure you could pay rent and it would be cheaper and less risky. But if you're, it's just like owning your house or
Yep.
anything else, you're better off investing yourself
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to paying somebody else rent. And the other cool thing was we got to design the building.
Right. Totally.
To how we want to work our flow, the way we should take some before and after because this thing is a raggedy piece. Our new building is like insulated correctly. It's got the right airflow. We're going to set up all the dust collection correctly.
Uh-huh.
It's going to have offices that are removed from the main shop. Right now it's just a garbled mess. So it's just going to make quality of life for the workers better, for us better. And instead of just, the interest rate is ridiculous right now, but
Right.
instead of giving that to somebody else, we're giving it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And,
How much is your monthly payment going to change?
quite a bit.
Oh,
A pretty penny.
yeah.
But then you have depreciation.
Yep.
And then you have the tax shelter stuff.
Right.
So it should be all right in the long run. I've never owned a commercial building, just a couple houses, but it should pencil out just fine. But it is a risk. It's a little scary. Yeah.
Well, and the real estate market in Bend is interesting, right? Because I mean, a lot of people still remember when 2008 happened in Bend. It was like
Yeah.
crazy compared to the other areas.
Yeah.
But it seems like now Bend's just value-wise, it's just been going up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Have
It's
you
kind of
seen
sad.
that in like? Do you own a home here in Bend?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah, but we bought it before all the Californians came up. No, it's crazy. I think it's the remote thing.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
we have so many people that came here that sold their houses in the Bay Area or
Right.
wherever.
You buy all cash here.
Come up here, pay cash, work from home, fly back when
Right.
they need to, go back and forth. I think that had a lot to do with it because the housing prices here are ridiculous. I mean, the medium home is like 800,000, so it's pretty hard for people, just normal people, to get by around here. Which is another reason why we're in Redmond and not Bend.
Okay.
Is for us to find workers.
Okay. You're moving to Redmond?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's just
Oh,
like
I
15
understand
miles
where.
up the road.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah.
But we were like, for commercial, we were priced out of Bend.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. The commercial market just even tighter.
Oh yeah. And the city's a little harder to work with, and you do new construction.
Mm,
Redmond,
yeah.
there's tax incentives. You hire people from the city of Redmond.
Right, and
And
you
it's
can
just-
probably deal with like one person there when you're going through your permitting and
Yes,
stuff.
just way better to deal with. And honestly, the way traffic is now, I live on the northeast side of town. It takes just as long for me to get to the first southern exit, which is where our shop is in Redmond, as it would be for me to get to
Really?
the south side of town in Bend,
Okay,
where most of the industrial stuff is.
interesting.
So it's actually, and that's the way, like, if you're smart, I think that's the way you get more bang for your buck up there. And we're manufacturers, so we're not hiring dudes from the Bay. We're hiring guys that
Yeah,
want to
totally.
build,
Yeah.
Yep.
and they need to be able to afford to live in
Right.
a place, and for what we can afford to pay people.
Man, when I
It's
drove
a
through
better
Redmond last time, it's like there's a ton of new construction going on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's growing like crazy.
Yeah. How is the housing in Redmond now?
I don't know. Good. I mean, I know it's like always a little more affordable than Bend for sure. Yeah, the whole
Pricey.
cost of living there is more affordable. So a lot of businesses are actually expanding up there as opposed to down here. I feel like Bend's kind of hit peak. It's hard to break in here now
Right.
unless you're entrenched.
It's like plateaued.
Yeah, just like when we bought our house in 2015, and I don't want to tell you how cheap it was, but it was dirt cheap. And then for you to come out here now and try and buy your house with the way the interest rates are, it's going to be seriously
Particular,
big
yeah.
old ding.
So what's your kind of next longer 5-10 year plan? I mean, it seems like you're getting to this point where you're expanding, you're gonna hire up, you're gonna be building a little bit
Yeah,
more.
well, you're not really supposed to tell people your plans, right? But just to grow.
Yeah.
We're going to have room to grow, so hire more people, try to maybe expand into other markets. And
Okay.
Yeah, can I ask about your markets? Like, where are you generally delivering your teardrops to, or having people pick them up?
West Coast. I mean, we've got a teardrop in every single state.
Oh, really?
Really?
We've got
That's
them in
cool.
Canada. We've got them in Mexico.
Oh, cool.
Pretty much everywhere. But the majority is Washington, Oregon, California.
Are there just not a lot of builders out there, or is it because you guys do custom that you can beat out your competition?
We've got some models that are pretty unique.
Yeah.
So if you want just the traditional teardrop, that's just the little 5x10. There's quite a few builders that make those. Our whole niche is we're a little more minimalistic, so we're a little more price point. But we also are kind of more accommodating to families. So like we're one of the first teardrop manufacturers to build one that fits a queen size bed and has a bunk for children.
Yeah, you were saying
And
that one slept 4 people, right?
Yeah, so that tall boy sleeps 4 people. That tall boy you can stand. And so we're always kind of innovating, but the trailers kind of grow with my family. Like we started out with the little one where it was 2 little kids.
Right.
And we all slept together in a queen size bed. And then they got older and we're like, this isn't going to work. So I made a different model that had the bunk.
Yeah.
And then they got bigger than that one. I was like, that's not going to work. And then I made the 6x12, which actually has a California King and it has a full size bunk.
Okay.
And that fits all of us. That still fits all of us.
Nice.
But that started to get a little tight.
Yeah.
You know, I got like a teenager now, and an 11-year-old. So then I started 2 years ago. I came up with the tall boy design, because that's like kind of like off the Scamp or like the little canned hams, but with no kitchen inside. So
Right.
I never liked the kitchen
You
inside.
don't do
It's
the
gross.
kitchen,
Like
yeah.
Oh, you don't want a food splatter and oil.
yeah, or you cook one piece of bacon, then your pillow smells like it for the
Yeah.
all summer long. So they're all getting a little bit bigger, still lightweight, but then outdoor kitchen is the
Outdoor
way. You
kitchen.
can cook outside and keep that separate from your living space.
Is that the design you're talking about?
All
That
of them
one?
have outdoor kitchen.
I mean,
Where
the
it's
idea
like,
is to
okay, I
be-
see what you're saying. Yeah,
When you
yeah.
take your teardrop around, you're not going to be wanting to stay in your
Yeah,
trailer the whole time. It's
Right.
there to sleep.
you're
and
going
to-
camping. You want to
Yeah.
be outside. Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Smart. I love it. I like the build it growing with the family. It's like, well, I need a bigger one, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
There's
design a bigger
make a
one.
new plan for.
Yeah, and then the kids of the R&D. You can
Yep.
they get in there. You see how they fit, how they like it. Yeah, you know, they give you feedback, and obviously we get a lot of feedback from our customers too. Like we rent out every single model, and they've all evolved from the feedback that we get from renters and people who buy.
Mm.
So do a lot of your customers, they rent before they buy? They need to test
Yeah.
things out?
Yeah,
Okay, try different
I'd say
models.
about like maybe 20-30%. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people are just like, I'm in North Carolina. I'm just gonna like look at a couple YouTube videos and buy it. Other
Yeah.
people are like, I gotta come out. I gotta kick tires. I gotta try it out.
Sure.
But you know, either way, it is nice if you can rent it first. That way you can. That way at least you know kind of exactly how you'd want to customize it.
How much of your business is rental compared to sales?
Not a lot. It's I mean we have 4 rentals.
Uh-huh.
We have 4 different models. We
Okay.
rent out each one of them.
Yep.
And you know from here till you know fall they're going to be rented every weekend pretty much.
Every single one of them.
Pretty much.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But
That's
the
not your
majority
focus,
of it's we don't rent them for that much. We don't charge that much. You know, $89 a night for the small one,
Oh, that's super
$125
affordable.
a night.
Yeah.
So it's another thing where it's nice passive income, but it's not our main thing.
It's more to
it's
just
try
get them-
before you buy.
Get
kinda
them
deal.
hooked, right?
Would you say it's more for like actually get them to buy, or get them to tell their friends so they could buy, or more like marketing?
Eat both, and then they're out at all the campsites around here. People are seeing them.
Right,
We got
yeah.
QR codes
Yeah,
on
it's
all
great,
of them.
great marketing.
Yeah,
right?
so everywhere you go, people are seeing them, and they're always floating around. And
Mhm.
Ben's got 100 amazing campsites all
Yeah.
close by, and we get a lot of tourists, so people come through, and our trailers are always a presence around here.
Yeah, because I'm assuming running the rental business is probably not as. It can be a little tough, you know, because you got to deal with people
Yeah.
potentially damaging it, then fixing it back
yeah,
up, and
yeah. Luckily, we can fix them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it happens, we haven't had anything major happen, but yeah, people have.
Well, you've been running for 10
Scratched
years?
them.
Or how many
Yeah,
years?
like 8 years. Yeah.
And you never had a major problem?
nobody
That's
accidentally
crazy.
took it off the trailer hitch and it rolled, or
We had a guy that decided it'd be a good idea to put pallets up on a roof rack, and they fell off and dinged the front, and we had to patch that. We've had different cracks and things, but nothing.
But still,
nothing
if you're
too
renting
major.
them out all the time,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of rentals to have no major accidents.
Yeah.
well, like I said,
Don't
knock on
curse
wood.
me,
But
man.
luckily
Don't
we're
curse
not-
me,
we're
bro.
not superstitious here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just interesting because I would assume that there would be I think most people that think about a rental business worry about that, right?
Yeah.
And they assume that if someone's gonna take they're like, oh, this person's not experienced driving a trailer.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna crash it.
Yeah.
So
Well, and they do, but we can fix it.
Right.
So it's worth it.
Huh.
And, no risk, no reward, buddy.
Well, speaking of that, if you were like to go back, right? Because in hindsight, or give some advice to somebody that was thinking about it. Like, what would you recommend on like getting a business started? It doesn't have to be in manufacturing or the rental automobile market or trailer market. Like,
yeah.
Just in terms of your ethos or business philosophy, what could you recommend to somebody?
I'd like to say just have the balls to go out and try it.
Yeah.
But I tiptoed into almost all these things. My wife has the balls.
Well, did you have backup money or money saved up so you could?
Not really, but I've been a salesman my whole life.
Yeah.
So, you can, if you're a sales guy, you can always find something.
Yeah, like when you started with surfboards, for example, like did you have enough money to buy stock, or like how did you like?
I had a little money saved up,
Sure.
and our house is cheap.
Right.
Our cost of living is not that expensive. We live a pretty simple life.
Just kind of went for it, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. But I tested the waters, with all these things, and they just kind of, I guess I would say, just kind of go with the flow. Like all this stuff just kind of happened naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Did you need it to like, oh, this is a hot item, I need to go all in on this? Is that you?
No, I never got that aggressive. I just kind of like maybe just saw opportunities that were happening. Like with the sauna thing, it was like, Joe Rogan or whatever, they're all sauning and cold dipping. It's like such a huge thing right now. Super. But before all that, we were like, the sauna trend was starting to come up, and we're like, well, I always like to jump in cold water. I've been rafting my whole life, and that's like the way I wake up every morning after having 16 Coors Lights on the river. You jump in the water, and all of a sudden you feel better.
Yep. Yeah, totally.
So I've always been doing that, but I've never really combined it with the sauna, and then started doing that, and just like, getting into the ethos of the universe and just figuring out what's trending, what are people excited about, or something that you're excited about. I think that would probably be the biggest thing. Is it's got to be something that you're into.
Yeah, I can see that you use your products a lot. You like your product, like you did it because you like that product, and that's, I think,
Yeah, I live it, so it's easy to sell
for somebody.
Because like, this is actually what I do. I camp in these all the time with my family. I sauna in these things.
I take my kids,
daily.
they test them out, right?
Yeah, so I guess if I had a piece of advice, to find something that's that people are interested in, but make sure it's something that you're excited about. Because if not,
business, right?
Yeah, because like the marketing company I was doing before, like I was selling DirecTV.
Yeah.
And I don't even freaking watch TV.
You never subscribed to that.
And I watch some sports and stuff, but I'm like, I don't care about Animal Planet or whatever, but I was selling that, and it was a hot thing at the time, and I was making good money.
Right.
And it was a cool deal because I'd work like 3 days a week, or actually really like 9 days a month, because we just go to events and sell and be done. But it was a soul-sucking thing because I don't give a shit about TV.
Yeah.
And people hate you because you're selling
and you're knocking
utility.
on their door,
They're like, your shit's too expensive. Just like if you were trying to sell phones or something like that, just nobody likes you.
Right.
Whereas this is something I'm passionate about, it's something I enjoy, and we have the best customers because all their families are excited. Right. They're like, we're going to take this everywhere.
These are only for fun. Yeah, these are only for enjoyment.
We're going there. So like, we get the best customers, we get the happiest people, and it's like I get to do something that is fun for me. So I guess that would be my advice. Find something you really dig in. Don't just chase the money, because like anybody could do that. Find something that because then people just want to buy you while you're selling what you're excited about.
Totally.
As opposed to have to pretend to like the Western Channel. Oh, I love Westerns. They're great. Watch them all day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if people are looking to get a hold of you or find you online, how could they find you?
We got 2 websites, bendteardrop.com, and then that's for the campers, and then saltsaun.com, SALTSAUN.com. We also have a YouTube page, just Bend Teardrop at YouTube, and
Well, awesome. Well, Dave, thank you so much for being on the
Yeah,
episode.
thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.